All right, hey everybody, this is Josh with Shop Profit Pros and my shop manager. We're going to get started just a little bit here with the Car Count Blueprint webinar. We still got a few people signing in, so just sit tight. We're going to be getting rolling here. You are in the right place if you are looking to increase your car count consistently and predictably. I'm going to show you a formula here, so just trying to give everybody a couple of seconds as the last minute people keep rolling in. I see we've still got some people coming on board here, so everyone, we will be getting rolling. Again, my name is Joshua Johnson. I'm the owner of Shop Profit Pros, and this is the Car Count Blueprint webinar. So if you're a shop owner looking to make more money and keep your bays full with your high profile, profitable customers, then you're in the right place. So sit tight. We're going to be getting started here. I just want to give everybody a couple of seconds. We got one more person that just hopped in there. All right, let's see here. We're a minute past the hour. All right, yeah, let's go ahead. Let's just go ahead and get started here. So again, this is Josh Johnson with Shop Profit Pros, and this is the Car Count Blueprint webinar. We are going to show you how to get more cars in the doors with profitable, high-paying customers. All right, so specifically, I'm going to show you exactly how to consistently and predictably increase your car counts and sales without wasting thousands of dollars on what I call hope and pray marketing, which is basically where you spend a couple hundred or maybe even $1,000 with the local ad rep because they made some insane promise, and now you're pretty much just left to hope and pray that it works and that you didn't just flush a whole bunch of money straight down the toilet. I think everybody on here would like to learn how to avoid that, right? Yeah, nobody likes that nonsense. So my goal today is that by the end of this webinar, you will have a clear step-by-step blueprint, and I use that word specifically, a blueprint showing you exactly what to do for your marketing, so there is no more confusion on exactly what works, okay? If I can accomplish that, then this webinar is going to be a huge success. And if you stay until the end and you feel that I have wasted your time, I will write you a check for $250 as my way of apologizing. All right, time is our most valuable resource by far. It's pretty much all we have. And once it's gone, you can't get it back. So I know I want to respect my time and I want to respect your time. But trust me, what you're going to learn is worth way more than $250. So are you ready to get started? Perfect. Well, one last thing that I want to say is I need your full attention. Okay, so turn off your cell phones, close down any windows that you have on your computer, anything that could distract you from giving me your full attention really needs to be turned off. The information we're going to cover could literally mean the difference between continuing to struggle day in and day out in your shop or radically changing your business and growing faster than you ever imagined possible. If you're distracted, there's no way you're going to learn everything that I'm going to be showing you. And we're not going to be on here too long, but the information is going to be coming rapid fire. So for your sake and for the sake of your business, just turn off all of the distractions. All right. Now, what makes this different? You're probably sitting there going, why is this different than anything else that I've ever seen in the past? Which is a great question, and I'm about to answer it. So I'm glad you asked. The first thing is our company founder, Dave Dickson. He's a legend pretty much in the automotive industry, okay? When Dave started out, he had one small shop in Clearwater, Florida. And he actually personally had to work at the front counter of that shop and had to figure everything out for himself. There was no investors, there was no secrets, just determination and hard work. And after making quite a few mistakes, he had a few aha discoveries along the way. And he quickly found out that there is a marketing formula that works and works exceptionally well. So well that over the next 5 years, he went on to open 20 more stores. And after going to boot camps and everything like that, he was the one that was personally responsible for the marketing that was causing the growth in that business, all right? Then, after he was going to all those boot camps and telling people how he was doing, everybody was asking him, hey, how are you growing so fast? So Dave started sharing his techniques with other shop owners around the country, and he was able to implement his tactics in their business, and they could get the same results. He's also the author of a book, Slingshot, which is the fast track to financial freedom in auto repair. Okay, so everything that you have seen about what to do successfully in auto repair, Dave has done it, and everything I'm going to show you in this presentation is something that he has either done in his shop or we have done in our client shops using these principles, all right? Now you might be saying, okay, great, that sounds awesome, but who the heck are you? Well, I am Joshua Johnson, and I started my first auto repair business when I was 19, and I am a former client of Dave's. I've also managed multiple shops for different companies. The first shop that I managed, I grew from $27,000 in sales quickly to $60,000 in 2 months. It was a little three-bay shop. They moved me up to a larger shop. I quickly went from $45,000 a month to over $100,000 a month in sales using the marketing and sales principles that Dave taught me. After seeing that crazy growth, Dave said, hey, would you like to partner with me and help teach other people? And since coming on board, I have gotten a chance to work with clients all over the country, working specifically in their sales and marketing process to produce the same growth that I did in the shops that I worked at. All right. Now, I know what I'm talking about. I don't like to brag, but we know what we're doing. And we've done a lot of things right, okay? Obviously, we've had to if we've had the success, but that has not always been the case. We've also done a lot of things wrong. Both Dave and myself don't like to talk about it as much, but we have quite a few stories about things that we have done wrong, all right? However, after doing this for 18 years, between marketing our own shops and working with shop owners around the country, we've discovered a few things. So I want to write these down, all right? Make sure you got your pencil and paper. The first thing that we've discovered is that most shop owners have absolutely no clue how marketing works. And if that's you, then take a deep breath and just relax, all right? I really actually don't think it's your fault. With all the companies out there pushing garbage information about how marketing this, or you got to choose this, or you got to do this social media, whatever, there's so many options, it is almost impossible for someone as busy as you are to keep up on everything. Okay, so take a breath, relax. If you don't know, we're going to show you. The second thing that we found is that everyone spends their money in the wrong place. Most people spend 80 to 90% of their marketing on only one piece of the 5-step marketing process, when in reality, you should be spending 80% of your marketing on the other 4 steps, and we're going to get into that in a little bit. The next thing that we have found is that marketing is actually only a simple 5-step process. There's not a whole bunch of nonsense that you have to go through. It's nowhere near as complicated as everybody likes to make it. And finally, the best thing that we have discovered is instead of running around like a chicken with your head cut off, trying to make sure that everything is always getting done and going out on time and getting sent to the printer and all that craziness, we've developed a software program called My Shop Manager that allows you to automate everything. Literally, you build your marketing process once, and then you put it on autopilot so it happens in the background, day in and day out. It just happens, all right? Now, Dave and I had to discover all this stuff the hard way. If you count the marketing campaigns that Dave ran that failed and I ran before I met Dave, that number would be well into the millions. Heck, I remember the first time right after I opened my shop, I took out a 1-month radio spot and it was $18,000. Now, guess how much I made from that? I got 9 customers and I made less than $2,000. It was an epic failure, all right? If you'd like to do that, by all means, be my guest, but I can tell you now, it was no fun. If you want the hard way of doing things, well then I guess I'll give it to you, okay? Step number 1, create multiple different marketing pieces and multiple campaigns, get a designer, write the copy, create the website, do all that nonsense. Then step 2, you got to run those campaigns in direct mail, the local newspaper, newsletters, whatever you want, okay? It's going to be expensive. Most of it's not going to work the first time, so you have to track it all, then you make adjustments and do it again. It's extremely time consuming, as I said, extremely expensive and no fun at all. You will lose money, but if that's what you want to do, that's what you have to do. And then finally, the third step is where you hire somebody to manage it all or take the time to do that yourself. Now that's the hard way. What would you like me to give you the easy way? I would much rather give you the easy way. The hard way is what I just said. The easy way lets you see positive growth every day in your car counts and sales. Now, just stop and imagine for a second. All right, we're about to get started, and I'm going to give you the formula here in just a second. But imagine with me, if you will, that you're sitting at your dinner table, having dinner with your family one evening, and it was just a record day at the shop. You've made more money in a single day than ever before. What's that going to feel like? Now, fast forward a few months, and things are consistently growing, and you're still making more money than ever before, and you're not tied to the shop like a slave anymore. What are your kids going to think when you're able to maybe leave early to go watch a game? Or what's your wife going to say when you're able to go to dinner and actually be there both mentally and physically, not with your head back at the shop, worried about if you're going to be busy enough to pay the bills? Well, that's pretty exciting. At least I think so. So let's get right into it. Here are my 3 secrets for making this happen. So secret number 1, and this is where you need to be writing this stuff down. This is the stuff that's, this is the magic formula right here. Secret number 1 is that you do not need more new customers. Okay, that doesn't mean you don't need any new customers. Just means that as long as you have a steady flow of new customers coming into your business, you're fine. I'll explain this more in just a minute. Secret number 2, what you need to focus on is getting your existing customers coming back more often and spending more at each visit. Okay, we have a rule of thumb here that we want to get all of our customers coming in 3 times a year and giving us 3 referrals per year. If I can do that, then I'm golden. Now, secret number 3, we need to stop wasting marketing dollars on cheap, tightwad oil thief customers who do nothing but waste our time, steal our oil, and steal our money. All they do is thoroughly piss off our technicians and service advisors. They're a mess. We know who these customers are. We don't like them. We need to fire them. Okay? So, step number 1. As I said, you do not need more new customers. Everyone focuses on new customers, but this is just one step in the 5-step marketing process, okay? Step number 1 is new customer acquisition, but it's only one step. New customers are the most difficult to find. They're the most expensive to get because usually it takes more than one campaign to get their attention. And they produce the lowest return on investment because A, they don't like you, and B, they don't trust you yet, so they're not going to spend much money. Check this out. This is a graph from one of our client shops that shows how his customer database breaks down. Now, the graph on the left-hand side shows the number of customers in the database that meet a certain category criteria, okay? And the graph on the right shows the amount of money made by people in that category. So if you look at the graph on the left, the biggest section is that green section there, okay? Those are new customers, people who have visited less than 3 times. So out of everyone who has ever visited this guy's shop, and he's been in business for over 10 years, okay, 68.4% of these people have never been back more than 2 times. That's insane. But if you look at the revenue, that's only 28.5% of the income that's been generated from those customers. So 71.5% of all the money this shop has ever made has come from only 31.6% of the people that have stepped foot in his door. That's crazy. Okay, there's another problem with always focusing on new customers. The bottom line is that you have a fixed market. There is not an endless supply of new customers that you can constantly burn through. This map is from that same client shop, and it shows where his customers live. Now, this is going back over a period of 5 years. And as you can see from the section up to the left, the pins that each represent, those green pins there, they each represent one customer that has visited his shop. Now, they are very, very close together. If I was to zoom in on that area that's in the red circle right there, you would see that about 1 in every 5 household has visited this guy's shop. They've opened a ticket at the shop. Well, why does that matter? Well, because after 5 years, everybody in your market area around your shop has either had work done with you or knows somebody who has. Okay, so we cannot just churn through and burn through these customers because we're going to run out at some point. We need good customer retention if we want to grow our business. Now, what most marketing companies out there will do is they'll tell you, hey, you need to do saturation mailings. And this seems like a good idea on the surface because what it allows you to do is, listen, we're going to hit every house on every carrier route, or every house on a carrier route, so that way you're getting everybody. And what you can do is you can hit your existing customers and you can reach out to new customers. Isn't that great? Yeah, that sounds great. So these companies, they send out 10, 15, sometimes 20,000 postcards per month through what they call saturation or neighborhood or EDDM mailings, but the results are usually not worth the expense. The reason is because all of your customers are different, all right? And you would be much better delivering the right message to the right customer at the right time instead of just bombarding everybody with the exact same postcard month after month after month. All right, so that brings me back to the original point. Secret number 1, you do not need to focus on getting more new customers. And please hear me, please, this gets misconstrued every time I say it. I am not saying stop getting new customers. You need new customers, all right? People die, they move, they get new cars. But as long as you're getting 20 to 50 new customers per month, That is way more than enough to keep your shop packed. And I'm going to show you with an illustration in just a little bit exactly what I mean by that. If you're getting less than 20 to 50, then shoot me an email after this webinar and I'll help you get that. You have my email address, obviously, because you got the registration. So just reply and send me an email. I'll help you get to 20 or 50 customers. But if you have 20 or 50 customers, that's all you need to dramatically increase your cart counts and income. And that's what we're going to talk about next, which is step number 2 or secret number 2. To get your existing customers coming back more often and spending more money at each visit. Now, you cannot leave this up to random chance, okay? A lot of people think that, well, as long as my customers had a good experience last time, they'll come back when they need me again. You need to have a systematic process in place that keeps your customers locked into your shop and encourages them to come back again and again for all their service needs as soon as they have a need, all right? So I want you to think about this like dating. Now, for some of you, dating might be a lifetime ago. For me, I'm right in the middle of it. So I'll give you some hypothetical story. Let's say that you meet a girl. You get her number and you're texting for a few days. And after your first conversation, you set a time to meet. You take her out to dinner for a walk on the town, everything. It's going to be great. The date comes. The two of you have an absolute blast. Everything goes perfect. The food was amazing. Hey, you even got some ice cream as you were walking along. Well, that'd be my date. I love ice cream. So that would be my perfect date, right? You drop her off. Everything goes perfect. The date could not have gone better. Now, here's the kicker. You don't text her. You don't call her. You don't write her a letter. You don't send her a carrier pigeon. You do nothing all week long. Then next Friday rolls around and you show up at her house expecting to take her out for dinner again. But you get there and she already has plans with someone else. Well, let me ask you a question. Do you think she had plans because the last date didn't go well, or because like a bonehead we didn't follow up with her and we left her hanging waiting for us? Okay, now it's obvious when I tell the situation in a dating scenario like that, but that's exactly what we do with our customers when we don't properly follow up with them. We think that because we serviced their car 4, 5, 6 months ago and everything went well, we can rely on, a follow-up email or maybe a follow-up phone call from our service advisor if he has time to keep them coming back. And that's simply not true. You cannot do that with your customers. They're getting bombarded with with coupons and offers from all other shops. Now, if they've got a good positive experience with us, we've certainly got a leg up on the competition, but we have to do things to stay in front of that customer's mind to keep them coming back, all right? Now, what we do is our 4-step process to get these customers coming back again and again. So again, very important, write this down because this right here, this is the exact blueprint, okay? Step number 1. New customer retention. So I said this is a 5-step marketing process. We said that the original step is getting new customers in the door, new customer acquisition, but then the last 4 are the follow-up. This is really how we get our customers to come back. So step number 1 is new customer retention. So these first-time customers, they are totally different than someone who's been in a whole bunch of times. All right, they only have one good experience under their belt. So we really need to build our trust with them and get them to like us and think about us as their repair shop for all of their needs. What we're going to have to do in this step is reach out more frequently and place stronger offers in front of these customers to get them to come back into our shop. The goal with this step is we want this customer to come back 3 times in the first year of doing business with us. We are trying to cement in their mind that we are their auto repair shop and we're building the habit that they have a problem, they come to us, okay? That's the whole purpose of the new customer retention step. Then, step number 2 is the after service follow-up step. Now, there are things that we must do after every single visit for every single one of our customers. Remember a few slides ago, I said that we have a very finite market area. Usually it's only about 3 miles around your shop. We can't just churn and burn through all kinds of customers, always expecting there to be more. We want to make sure that their service experience was just perfect, okay? I say all the time, you cannot make up for poor service with good marketing. You need to have a good service experience. So the 3 things that we want to do after their service is we want to thank them for their business, make sure that they're satisfied by asking for a review or just a response to a text, and then finally ask them for a referral, all right? Step number 3 is our monthly client communication. This is where we want to reach out to our clients and make sure that they keep using us. Now, what is a client? This is very important, okay? A client is someone who's been in at least 3 times, and their average spending is at least $100, and their most recent visit is within the last 12 months, all right? I'm gonna talk about that average spending thing on the next secret. That's secret number 3. It's very important that we only reach out to these clients so we're not sending out coupons to whole bunches of people that are not going to actually make us any money. Okay? Now, why are we going to send something out every single month? Well, we want to give our clients a compelling reason to use us versus going to the competition, because we know we're getting coupons. We know that they're getting coupons from them. As long as they've had a positive experience with us, as I said earlier, we do have a leg up on the competition. So let's stay top of mind with these great customers and make sure that every month we go from the back of their mind to the front of their conscious mind. People don't think about their cars until they have a need, okay? Their check engine light comes on, they start hearing a noise, their brakes start squeaking, they look up and see that their oil is overdue. As soon as they have that need, we want to be the closest person to show up. Ideally, as soon as the check engine light comes on, we'd send them a text message. We're getting closer and closer to being able to do that. But what we want to do is make sure that we have a postcard, a text message, an email, something that hits their attention as close to them having that need as possible. If we can do that, we're in. And we cannot go longer than a month, because every month something can happen with someone's car. All right? So that's the monthly client communication step. And then step number 4 is lost customer reactivation. So when someone was a client, okay, they'd been in more than 3 times, they'd spent more than $100 on average. When they go 12 months without a visit, we want to reach out to them with a special sequence of letters and text messages trying to bring them back into the shop. This is kind of our last chance at getting this customer to stick with us before they've left for some unknown reason. And it's much harder to get new clients than keep customers coming back. So we want to make sure that we do this with our customers. Now, if you follow these 4 steps, you will have your customers locked into your shop with an iron gate. And you're going to have more customers throwing you the keys saying, do it all and call me when it's done, because what you've done is you've taken the time to build a relationship with them, not just sat around waiting for them to come in or beat them over the head with the exact same stinking postcard, treating like they're just a purse or a wallet. Okay? Now, let's move on to secret number 3. And secret number 3 is that we need to eliminate marketing to our cheap tightwad oil thief customers, okay? Let me show you a graph that's going to blow your mind. This is another graph just like what we looked at earlier from the same client's shop, okay? And what you see here is the same information, but this time, except instead of it being based on average spending, or I'm sorry, based on it being total visit count, this is based on average spending. So the graph on the left-hand side shows the number of customers in each category based on their average spending. That black section there, that's the biggest one on the left-hand side, that is 39% of the customer database. And these are customers who, when they come in, they spend on average less than $100. Now look at the graph on the right. All of these customers, that biggest section of the database, make up less than 3.4% of the revenue that this shop has ever generated. And that's because they're always getting that cheap service, right? These are the customers who you do the oil change for them and you recommend their repairs, and they say, oh no, I'll take it to my mechanic for the real work. Your mechanic for the real work will take it to him for the oil changes too. Oh, well, he doesn't give coupons for these oil changes, so we come to you guys. It makes you go insane. Well, the problem is you're sending all those blanket coupons to everybody, and these customers are getting those coupons as well, and so they're coming in. What we need to do is, when we send out our marketing campaigns, is make sure that we eliminate these people from getting our coupons, and they'll just stop coming in. Right? They'll go to somebody else who's sending them a coupon or something like that. Or if they do somehow come in, we just schedule them weeks later. Okay, so essentially what we can do by eliminating these cheap customers is get rid of 40% of our workload. And if that's 40% of the people that we're mailing to, that's saving a cost of 40% straight off the top. We will see no loss in income because they're not making us any money anyways, and we'll have much more time to take care of the great profitable customers. And this doesn't even count for the boost in your morale. You know as well as I do, after your service advisor has tried to sell 4 jobs to one of these cheap coupon customers and they've said no, 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 the 5th time comes around, he might have somebody ready to buy standing in front of him, and he goes through some horrible sales process and it says, hey, your car needs brakes and a transmission flush. You want me to get it done for you? No, I've got to think about it. These customers suck. All these coupons, this promotion's terrible. And then your technician stops doing his inspections correctly. These customers are cancer, and it brings everybody down. Eliminating them is extremely important. All right. So let me ask you a question. What does all this boil down to? Well, first and most importantly, you will notice higher car counts with specifically the profitable customers, okay? And you're gonna notice that your car counts are going up at a consistent and steady rate. The best part about the increase is that these are people who already like you and already trust you, which means that you're going to spend higher amounts of money, so your average ticket should be going up as well, all right? This will result in serious profits in the shop, and most importantly, money in your pocket profits in the shop. The next thing that you're going to notice is that you are overall actually spending less money per month on all of your marketing efforts, because everything is laser targeted to specifically the customers that are, that need a service based on their buying habits and their experience with you. We're eliminating sending out all the marketing to those cheap customers, or eliminating overlap on customers who should not be getting something because they just came in, right? So it's based on their buying habits and their buying history. So we're no longer wasting a lot of money on marketing that should have not gone out in the first place. So most of the time you end up spending less on your marketing. The next thing that we notice that is just freaking awesome is you eliminate the roller coaster ride of weeks with record sales, followed by weeks where you barely getting by, or maybe even worse, losing money. I don't know about you, but one of the things that I hated the most about running my shop was when I would look back at the week and I would say, you know what? It would have been better for me to have just closed the doors and not shown up this whole week than to gone through all that headache to just lose money. Has anybody had a week like that? I can't hear you, but I'm betting some of you are shaking your heads where you look back at the bank account and say, man, I would have been better had I just stayed in bed this week. Well, those days can be gone because you can put this stuff on autopilot, which brings me to the last point, which is the best, is that you will finally have everything handled automatically through My Shop Manager, which is the marketing machine that's working in the background 24/7, pretty much like a little money pump. That's what I like to think of it as. So let's do some simple math here, some real dollars and cents on actually kind of how this works, the kind of growth that can be expected, how to implement this, and what you can see on the bottom line. I want to look at some statistics that we found from our current users on the average shop. These are not made up numbers. They are pulled directly from our clients kind of when they start this program, and their averages from around the country, all right? The average shop has about 500 clients who are active customers in their database, people who have been in within the last 12 months, all right? Now, we also know that the average shop sees their customers 1.8 times per year. All right, so if you do the math, 1.8 times 500, that's an average of 900 ROs per year. Now, the next piece of information that you need is, okay, well, what's their average ticket? The average ticket for a general auto repair shop that's not spectacular, not dying or whatever, is about $350 per car. So when you do the math and you do 900 times 350, that's an annual sales of around $315,000. As I said, this is an average. I'm sure some of you are higher, maybe some of you are lower. Now, most average shops also see about 20 new customers per month, okay? This can be from referrals, it can be from drive-bys, whatever, but this is a new body who's never done business with them. Here's the problem. Only 30% of those new customers turn into long-term clients, which means 70% of those new bodies never turn into anybody. So even though you're getting an extra 240 new people in your door every year, you're only actually adding 72 clients annually, okay? So then if you multiply that number, the 72 times the number of visits per year, which is 1.8, you get an extra 129.6 repair orders per year. So if you're the average shop growing at the average rate, you're going to see a growth of about 129 repair orders per year, all right? Well, what does that turn into dollars and cents? That's an annual growth of about $45,000 per year. Now, that doesn't sound bad on the surface, but we never factored in client attrition. We didn't factor in a whole bunch of things. So most likely, this is just staying the same. And unfortunately, that's what most shops do. They kind of stagnate. There's really no growth. There's a couple of good months, but no real wondering why we had the good month. So you don't really know what to do next month. It just kind of stagnates, okay? Now, that is fine, but that means that next year our sales are only going to be $360,000. That is a very slow path to riches in growing your auto repair shop. Let's take a look at what happens when we use some of the numbers that we see from following the car count blueprint that I just showed you. We take that exact same shop, okay, starting from the exact same point. They have 500 customers in their database. But now, Because we're doing all the proper follow-up and we're getting our customers to come in 3 times per year, that means we have 1,500 ROs per year, all right? So if we multiply that 1,500 by the same $350 average ticket, that's gonna give us a yearly sales of $525,000. Now that immediately, just from that one piece right there, is an increase of $210,000 just by getting our existing customers to visit us more often, okay? I've seen that kind of growth happen literally hundreds of times. I can do it in my sleep. It's not that difficult. But this is where things get really cool. Let's look at the exact same 20 customers per month for new customer acquisition. Now, instead of converting 30% to clients, with our proper follow-up sequences, because we've got the new customer retention phase, we're going to bump that number up to 60%. So now we are adding 144 new clients every single year to our database. And because we've got the proper follow-up marketing in place to get them coming back to 3 times per year, that's an increase of 432 ROs every single year, which results in a year-over-year growth of $151,000 for that shop. So if you look at how much our sales will be after 1 year, we've effectively doubled the sales of the shop because of getting our existing customers to come back and increasing our customer retention. So that same shop that was doing only $320,000, after a year of doing this, can double their business, okay? I've seen it happen. It works, all right? It's not that difficult. And notice how we haven't added a single addition of new customers. If you want to grow faster, then we can do more new customers, but you don't need to grow like what everybody says you do. And if you're watching this and thinking, well, I won't see as big of growth because my shop's bigger, well, think again. As a matter of fact, if you have a bigger business with more active clients, it only works better. If you're getting more customers in, then it's only going to work better. I have seen some shops increase as much as $600,000 in sales in the first year just from changing their marketing around like this, all right? Now that might sound ridiculous, but I've seen it happen. So I can't deny what I have seen happen myself. All right, now, let me ask you a question. How many of you guys feel like this guy right now, where you're drinking from a fire hose? Yeah, I can't hear anybody, but I guarantee you there are some heads shaking back and forth. I hope that you've had fun in the last half an hour. I know that I talk kind of fast, but I figured that a lot of you would feel like this, and that's okay. I totally understand, and I've been there before, so I knew that this would be an issue, and I'm actually prepared to help. If I could magically turn on all the marketing stuff that I just talked about for your shop, do you think that would be valuable? Well, what if it was actually possible? It is actually possible, and so that's what I want to show you right now. We've created a package called the Car Count Blueprint, okay? And the goal is that you want to have an entire marketing system in place in your shop so that you can start seeing immediate increases in customers and cash and profits right now. Okay, so you're following up with each customer correctly. You're converting those new customers into long-term, high-paying, profitable customers, and you're keeping your customers that are kind of on the fringes coming back again and again. See, I don't want you guys to be successful years from now or 6 months from now or whatever. I want you to start seeing results this week. I want you to be successful right now. So everything I'm about to show you is meant to get you from wherever you are right now. Okay, I don't care what marketing you have in place, what marketing you think you need to improve, whatever you're currently doing, to a completely automated system up and running, built specifically for your shop this week. Does that sound good? All right, well, let me show you how I can make it happen. So the first thing you're going to get when you invest in the Car Count Blueprint is a 30-day risk-free trial to My Shop Manager. Now, My Shop Manager is hands down the most powerful marketing tool available to independent auto repair shop owners, okay? With My Shop Manager, you're going to get a daily dashboard so that you can review your sales for each day and make sure that you are on track. You're going to get detailed reports about your customers, your employees, and your business to see if you're growing in the right direction, if things are a problem, if you need to make adjustments. You're going to get the complete marketing suite. This is where you can build all of your campaigns to do all the follow-up that I just mentioned to you. You're going to get our online appointment scheduling system. You're going to get our review collection, and you're going to get our phone call recording tool, and so much more. With My Shop Manager, you will be able to create all kinds of powerful marketing tools and then track each one of them to see exactly what's working and what's not, and then how it affects the overall growth of your business. okay? You're going to be able to set up marketing campaigns that go out to get you quality new customers. These are people who are predisposed to buy from you based on information about who your best existing customers are. You're going to also be able to create campaigns to keep your existing customers coming back again and again and again, so you can generate more profit from them each time, get them coming in 3 times a year. You're also going to be able to market to your customers through text messages, okay? But not just send them blast messages, but actually communicate back and forth with them so they can set up a time for their appointment and you can confirm it, or you can text them and tell them when their vehicle's ready, or if you couldn't get a hold of them when their estimate was finished, you can let them know to call you back, all kinds of stuff. You're also going to be able to see powerful reports about trends about how your business is doing. So instead of just numbers on a page, you can actually see, wow, we've grown, there's the line. You're also going to be able to see how your technicians are performing and their productivity and who's making you money and who's doing their inspections and who's bringing in the most repairs. All right. And the best part is with My Shop Manager, you'll be able to get rid of a whole bunch of other things because My Shop Manager is a one size fits all, one-stop tool. So you're going to be able to get rid of Demand Force. Anything that Demand Force does, My Shop Manager does, and then some. Mechanic Net users. If you have Mechanic Net, you can close that account because you won't need it anymore. If you're sending out tons of mail through Mudlick Mail that's costing you thousands, you can stop because our customer acquisition campaigns and our customer follow-up campaigns perform 10 times better than that stuff does, and they're way less expensive. If you're using Kukui, if you're using Mitchell CRM or Hire Frederick, any one of these programs to do your follow-up marketing, you can get rid of all of them. It's done, and it will save you thousands of dollars every single month. The bottom line is that My Shop Manager is your complete marketing solution for everything auto repair. And it has more powerful features in one easy-to-use package than any of these tools combined. All right? Now, you might be asking, okay, well, that's great, but what happens after the 30-day trial? Well, I'm glad you asked. At that point, nothing will change. Any marketing you have set up will keep working. The only difference is you'll start getting billed at the monthly rate, which is only $197 per month. And if you're a multi-site owner, then you'll really like this because each additional location is only $97 per month for that store. There are no contracts, and so you're free to continue as long as it's working. But if at any point it stops and it is not valuable for you, you can cancel it with no questions asked. If we're not making you money every single month, we don't deserve your money. All right? So the first thing that you're going to get right now is a 30-day risk-free trial to My Shop Manager. It's going to be completely free, and it is a $197 value. Now, the next thing I'm going to give you is, okay, well, see, this marketing tool is amazing. Let's be honest. But you don't really have the time to set up everything that I just explained to you. I mean, you're probably still, your pencil might still be smoking from taking notes, or you're still thinking like the guy in the example where you're drinking from a fire hydrant. You don't have time to do that. And even if you did, it's kind of complicated, and you do need some level of computer savvy to get it done. So the next thing that I'm going to give you access to, not only just the tool, I'm going to throw in a really valuable bonus for you. If you start this trial and you get the car count blueprint and you're one of the first 30 shop owners to register, I will build the entire marketing formula for you and set up every detail for all of your marketing campaigns so that all you have to do is turn it on. That way you can start seeing the results coming in right away, and essentially everything's going to be handed to you on a silver platter. Okay, I know what works. I've done this for hundreds of shop owners around the country, and the results are the same. That's why we're calling it a blueprint. A blueprint shows you a set of instructions, you build it, you get a result. That's exactly what this is, and when you follow this blueprint, you get insane results, and I don't want you to run the risk of not getting to it or messing something up or being confused, so I'm going to build everything for you. Okay. Now, just in case you're wondering, who exactly has this worked for? This has worked for very successful shop owners. Okay, people in the $1.5 to $3 million sales per year. If you're one of these guys operating a well-oiled machine, then this is absolutely something that's going to help you increase profits, cut out the waste, and in the most case, give you the more freedom and peace of mind. Okay, because it's just happening in the background. This blueprint also works if you're a struggling shop owner that needs cash. Okay, if you're in a situation where you need money immediately, we can help you. And this thing will quickly turn your business around, providing you immediate cash, and then not just a solid boost of cash, which is fun, but consistent growth so you don't get back in that situation again. This also works really great for brand new shop owners who don't have to break any bad habits. Okay, if you're just kind of figuring this thing out, you've just hung your shingle out there and you're trying to get things going, well, we can set up all the correct marketing processes from scratch, and you can see that growth that's pretty much unheard of for a new shop owner. If you're a multi-store owner, this is great for you because you can streamline things and ensure consistency across all of your stores and not be so fractured and having to remember to do all of the different steps that you have to do to make sure everything goes out for all of your locations. If your shop is in a densely populated area or somewhere out in the rural hill country, it has worked all over the place. So you might be saying, well, it sounds like this is pretty much for everybody. Is there anybody that doesn't work for? Actually, there is. There are a few people who this is not for. The first person is anybody who is happy and content to just stay small. Now that might sound weird, and to most people in this webinar, that's probably not you. But you would be surprised at the number of people that I run into that as long as they've got the money to pay their bills and buy some beer on Friday, they really don't care about anything else. And if that's you, great. I'm glad that you're happy with that, but this is really not for you. This tool is extremely effective, and it's meant for use of the people who want to dominate their local market. You want to be the go-to shop in your market, this is for you. If you don't, it's not. And if you are completely against trying something new, this is not for you, okay? I will tell you right now that our marketing strategies are unlike anything else offered by anybody on the market. But it's also the exact same marketing strategy that allowed Dave to grow from 1 to 21 stores in less than 5 years, okay? It's kind of like Earl Nightingale famously said, if you want to know what to do, then look at what the majority of people are doing and do the exact opposite, and you'll probably never go wrong as long as you live. That's because the majority of people are usually wrong, right? What's the definition of insanity? Do the same thing you've always done, you'll get the same results you've always got, right? If you're insane, you're thinking you can do the same thing and you're going to get somehow different results, okay? So if you're unwilling to change or unwilling to try something different, again, this is not for you. So right now, just to kind of recap, you're going to get the 30-day risk-free trial to My Shop Manager, $197 value, and you're also going to get me setting up all of your marketing campaigns so that you have to do absolutely nothing except for turn it on. That's another $1,997 value. So total, we're at $2,194 right now. But I actually have something else as well. See, this other bonus, it's valued at $597. And see, one of the things that's going to happen is you're going to turn on all this marketing and your phone's going to start ringing. It's going to start ringing with customers, but it doesn't always work to where they call up and set an appointment. A lot of times somebody calls in and they have a question about a car doing something, or they're curious about a price. And if your service advisor can't properly handle those phone calls and convert the questions about price and about a noise or something like that into an appointment, well, then all the marketing in the world is pretty much flushing it right down the toilet. So if you're one of the first 10 people to get started when I release this in just a second, you're also going to get access to Module 5 from our 7-Figure Service Advisor Academy, which is really telephone mastery. This module is a standalone course on its own. And basically what it is for is teaching your service advisor everything he needs to know to handle that incoming call, to properly setting up an appointment. Okay, you're going to have access to all 6 videos, the workbook, all the cheat sheets, and quick reference scripts, and you will be able to immediately, literally like within a day, start converting appointments, or start converting questions and price shoppers into appointments so you can get a chance to get the car in the shop and recommend the repairs. So just to recap again, everything that you're going to get, your 30-day trial to My Shop Manager, $197 value. You're going to set up, have me set up all of your marketing, a $1,997 value, so you can just turn it on and see results right away. And you're also going to get the Telephone Mastery course, which is a $597 value. Geez, whiz. All together, okay, we're looking at $2,791 for everything that you're going to be getting here. Now, if all this package did was help you convert one new customer into a long-term client each month, would it be worth it? I think so. What if all it did was help you eliminate those cheap, time-wasting oil thieves coming into your shop and stealing your oil and your time and your coupons and pissing off your guys? Would that be worth it? Yeah, I think so. Now, what if all this package did was help you smooth out that car count roller coaster so you had a consistent and predictable number of appointments every single day? Would that be worth it? I don't know about you, but back when I was running my shop, I would have easily paid $2,700 to have that kind of peace all day long. So hopefully you can see that this is real value, and this thing, what I'm about to give you, is actually worth $2,791. However, I am not going to charge you that. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to charge you $1,000, which is what I had in mind when I was putting this presentation together. I think that would be an insane value, and it would be a 60% discount, one heck of a deal. But I know how powerful this stuff is, and I know how quickly it can change your life. I've seen it happen so many times. I really want the majority of shop owners to have this. I want as many people as possible to experience this. So for the next few minutes, everyone who gets started is going to get everything I just showed you, and all you're going to have to pay is $1. Yep, that is right. This is something we have never offered before. It's not going to be offered again. I'm only offering this to the people on this presentation right now. So if you are interested in getting everything that I just mentioned, then you need to go register right now, and it's only $1, okay? To start your trial to My Shop Manager and get all the powerful tools, you need to go to myshopmanager.com/register, or you can click the button that should have just appeared somewhere on this screen, okay? So if the button's on the screen for you, then go ahead and click that, or go to myshopmanager.com/register, all right? Now, just one of the campaigns that we will be turning on for you typically produces a $10,000 to $15,000 increase in sales in the first week. And you get it all for just $1. But you need to hurry up, because some of those bonuses are only available to the people who get started quickly. Now, you've really got two choices sitting in front of you here. First, you can do nothing, right? You can take me up on this offer, leave this page, and go back to your business like nothing had ever happened. That seems like the safe, risk-free option, but that's actually taking the biggest risk of all, because if this offer doesn't come back again, you may miss out on the life that you deserve because you never solved the car count problem in your shop. Now, the second option is that you pony up one whole dollar, just $1, and that's the smallest possible investment I could possibly think of, and you give it a shot. Take a shot and see for yourself if the marketing is as good as I've said it is. If it works, then great. You forever change the trajectory of your life, and you don't have to worry about looking back. But if not, okay, if it doesn't, the slight chance that it doesn't, not only will I give you your dollar back, but I will also write you a check for $250 as my way of apologizing again for wasting your time. See, time is the most valuable resource that we have, as I said earlier, and I take it very seriously. So many times people tell me that money is the most valuable thing that's out there, but that's not true. Money, it replenishes. Every time a customer comes in and buys something from you, buys a repair, does anything, you get more money, right? So money replenishes. Time isn't like that. Once it's gone, you've lost it. Think about how many events you've had to miss, or how many family vacations that you just, I don't know, couldn't take. You didn't have the money, you couldn't get away from the shop. That time's never coming back. And those memories that could have been made, they're never going to happen either. All you have is right now and what you do with your time right now. So I value my time at a very high level, and I value your time as well. But let me tell you a story. There's actually only two people that usually show up to these webinars. The first type of person, they're a timid guy who, he thinks this stuff is cool and it's probably a good idea, but he's got to think about it, and maybe he'll get to it later on, but they never really take action. They're always going to get to it. I'm using air quotes. Now, I don't know about you, but I typically don't like working with these people because they usually accomplish a whole lot of nothing and then have way too many excuses for why they didn't accomplish anything. Now, the people that I like working with are people like us, the people who recognize an opportunity and take action and make things happen, okay? They're all the super successful people of the world. They fit into this category. So let me ask you, who are you? Are you the nervous guy who has a lot of things that you're going to get around to and tons of excuses as to why you didn't do it? Or are you the guy who takes action, is willing to risk a whole dollar here to maybe change the trajectory of your life forever? Well, if you're ready to take that step forward and join me, then all you have to do is go to myshopmanager.com/register to start your trial today. So there are still a few spots left. I've already seen actually a couple of orders come through here on my screen. But if you are ready, then click the button or go to myshopmanager.com/register, and you're going to get everything I mentioned today. You're going to get the $1 trial. You're going to get me building all of your marketing, turning everything on so you literally have nothing. When I say I'm building it, I mean I'm setting it up, I'm customizing it for your shop, I'm doing all the design. I could not be more complete when I say I'm doing everything for you. You just turn it on. And as I said, we're going to get you results that'll get you $10,000, $15,000. If I could pay for this tool for years before your trial even ended, how ridiculous would that be? Well, it wouldn't be ridiculous because I've seen it happen multiple times. So go to myshopmanager.com/register, or click the button on your screen and get started right now, okay? Thank you so much for taking the time to be on this webinar. I look forward to working with all of you. Again, myshopmanager.com/register. I will talk to you guys later. Have a great day.